Hi, it's Kathleen from Bailey Academy. Mama 5, homeschooling 3 of them, ages 9, 12, and 16. Today, I just wanted to show you what I was planning for our first day back to school. This will be helpful if you have not started school yet. If you have already started school this year, then that's to be less helpful, but maybe this will be helpful to people in the future. Watch this video. So I made a first day list of things that I want to talk about the first day. Like, when you go to public school, they talk about the rules, they talk maybe a tour of the room, how the procedures are going to go, things like that. So this is what I need to do. Obviously, I don't need to talk tour the room. I mean, some things have changed since last year, but not much. I don't need to introduce myself. I don't need to get to know the kids per se. But there's some things that are changing in our homeschool, and I want to go over them. So I'm going to flip you around so I can show you the list that I have, and I'll explain it. Hold on. So here is my first day list. We're going to start off with school pictures. I have one that goes to public school, so we'll take pictures of her, and we'll take pictures of the kids that are homeschooling for our first day pictures, and then we'll come in and sit down. I'll welcome them to school, and then I have a little about me page that I want them to fill out. Obviously, I already know about them. It's not for me to get to know them. The point of it is for them to have some information about who they are at the start of their grade, to file away with their papers so that they can look at it when they're older and see what their favorite things were for that day. So this is the one that I got, the back to school interview, and this is from Big Life Journal. It's a freebie though. So the favorite memory from the summer, favorite activity, friends' names. This year I hope to learn. Obviously, the something I like my teacher to know about me is not necessarily important, although you never know. There might be something they want me to know. And when I think about school, I feel activities I want to try this year and most excited about. So this is from Big Life Journal. You can find it on their website, biglifejournal.com. Okay, so after the About Me page, we'll go over the rules. We have a little sign that's posted. It's posted rules, so it's a little fun sign. Stuff like tell the truth. And like be kind and things like that, just like a generic thing. But some more rules that I just want to go over that are either changed or that they had trouble following last year would be stay in their seats unless they have permission to leave. I'm not trying to make it exactly like school or anything, but they have a bad habit of standing up and walking away and just while I'm in the mid-sentence. So I'd like them to, let me know that they need to leave to use the bathroom, or could I have a moment to pet the cat or something. And then I most likely, if I'm not in the middle of teaching something, would be fine. Don't talk while I'm teaching, questions after. They have a bad habit of interrupting some of them, so I to help remind them about that. Print neatly or you'll do it again. I don't want to seem like a harsh teacher, but my kids do not print neatly, and I found out that most of it is not, it's just being lazy. It's not like lazy with their writing, I mean. It's not like a dysgraphia necessarily. So like if they're sorry, my computer, if they have trouble with it, that's one thing, but if they're just rushing, that's a different thing. So I want them to take a minute and print neatly, not just rush through their schoolwork. Best to get spelling except for your spelling curriculum, which is what All About Spelling recommends. A good attitude, no eye rolling, arguing, whining, grumbling. We have a little trouble with that from some of the kids. Now, fruit of the spirit, if you are a Christian, you will know what that means. We do homeschool secularly, but I want to introduce this just briefly, not as something the Bible says necessarily, but something that I would like them to follow. So I printed this little paper and that shows the fruit of the spirit if you're not familiar with what they are. And I'm going to point out that faithfulness doesn't just have to do with your religion, and so I want to make sure that they think that these are all, or know that these are all going to be part of our homeschool. So we'll go over that. Electronics are allowed after 3 p.m. That includes not during lunch. That includes me. So during a lunch break, you can play outside. You can play with Play-Doh. You can, besides having lunch, read a book. The only difference is music. I don't consider that an electronic, so we can listen to music all the time. Fidget toys. We have a bin of fidget toys, but they had a habit of using it a little too much, so and they were getting sidetracked with it. So only when I'm explaining something, not when you have something like to do, like you're writing on a paper or you have an experiment or something like that. And only if necessary. Like I don't want them getting ridiculous with it. All right, let me scroll up here. Some changes from last year. Last year we did social studies. This year we're going to separate into geography and history. We're going to do passion projects, which I learned about from Townsend Home, or our Townsend Home. I will link them below, the YouTuber that talks about them. They were doing a little differently than they are, but we are definitely going to do passion projects. The themes for the year are listed. There's a list that says like what we're doing in science, you know, like we're doing engineering for September, so it says that, or it says what we're doing in history, what we're doing in geography. So the new schedule, we'll go over the new schedule. I have a YouTube video where I explain the new schedule for our grade schoolers, and I guess you would call it a middle schooler, though we don't call it that here. And I will be doing a video on my high schoolers suggested schedule, although it's up to her to fine-tune it if she needs to. It was just something I suggested. So I'll link that video below. How days with appointments will work. We have lots of health issues in our family, so we have lots of doctor's appointments. So I want to show that, you know, even though the schedule says, it should say routine. It's not really a schedule, it's a routine. But like if it says we're doing math in the afternoon, but we have an appointment in the afternoon, we may do it before or after, so I'll just let them know how, like, we'll adjust it as needed. The schedule, well, I just mention that, can be adjusted if necessary, so I don't want them to think that, you know, if it seems too full, we'll pare back. If it seems too loose, and which we're done too quickly, then, you know, we'll see. But for the most part, I'm only worried about it being too much. Friday is a full day. Last year and the year before, we did not have a full day of school on Friday, but now that we're in grade 4 and grade 7, and well, in grade 11, it is a full day, but I'm going to shorten it if they have good behavior. So throughout the week, if they show good behavior and less of the eye-rolling, arguing, whining, and grumbling, then maybe we won't do math that day, or maybe we won't do, you know, literacy, and we'll cut back a few things. I'm hoping that will inspire them. And then our morning basket themes are a little different from last year. Hold on, I need to add some entries so you can see. Okay, there we go. So we're doing Math Mondays up here. We're doing Math Mondays, which is like a math puzzle or math riddle, brain teaser type thing. Tuesday tea time, so we're not necessarily poetry tea time. Sometimes we'll do poems, but other times we'll do, like last year we had this fun quiz book that was just for fun. We'll do different stuff, but we'll definitely have tea. What I want Wednesday is one of the times we're going to be working on our passion projects. So for half an hour in the morning, they will be working on whatever their passion is. And critical thinking Thursdays and philosophy Fridays, and I'll link the resources we're using or the videos that we talk about what we're using in there. And then I have some online courses that we're going to be doing this year, and so I want to talk about how that's going to work, and that we have more curriculum than we did last year because we've got some for review. So I want to explain that, you know, for example, math we're not doing together, we're going to have separate curriculum, you work at your own pace. And the last two things are an introduction to their bin and an introduction to their binder. So we had bins and binders last time, but I just want to show them it's a little bit separated differently, or what things that they have in their bin. Like, here's your math curriculum, this is what it looks like when I say do math, this is what I want you to go get. This is your French book. When you say French, you go do their French book. That sort of thing. And so yeah, that is how our first day is going to go. All that, it's a lot, but all that is going to be covered in, well, the first day of school is a Tuesday because it's the day after Labor Day for us. So we're going to have tea and we're going to have snacks, first day snacks, and then we are going to go over that while we have tea. And now we can continue with our schedule. Or not schedule, routine of what we're supposed to do. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. Let me know how your first day went, if you already had a first day, or when your first day is, or what you're planning to do on the first day that might be different than the rest of your day. And let me know what you think of my thing. So, thank you. Bye.